Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to jump into the clan war because, well, we have a couple of clan war attacks and I thought it would be a really good moment for just going for something fancy, going for something weird, which might not really be normal. So let's try something different. Like, don't go for a normal queen charge, dragon rider attacks or something like that. We're going all weird, I would say. So let's jump into it and let's take a look at the first base. And when I first took a look at this base, I thought, okay, this is the perfect base to do something fancy, because first off, we have incredible lightning value in the core, which means we can take down the eagle, 2 X-bows, and the sweeper. All of this is great value together, which means it's quite expensive. Like, lightning wise, we need overall like 8 lightnings, 1 earthquake, which is really expensive. But hey, at the same time, we're taking down quite a bit in this base. Then the follow-up move, and that was kind of the tricky part where I was really not sure what to do. But the first idea, like if we imagine this one has been taken down, the next idea was, okay, let's warden walk this left side, lure the warden to either side with the queen charge or something, and then push into the direction of the town hall. The only problem I had with this idea is whatever we do from the top side, because we need some sort of a follow-up from the top side, we do not have a warden. So like headhunters, Valkyries, loons, whatever you want to run, we're not going to have the warden. So this was kind of like the reason why I said, okay, I won't go for this plan, but I wanted to stick with the overall idea. So keep the lightnings, because this was the great idea as an opening. And then instead of using the warden walk, we're going to do a queen charge in there. This queen charge should actually take down the multi, enemy king, enemy warden, and then decide whichever way she wants to go. And we're just doing whatever I just said, but just with having the warden on the other side. So let's say the queen is going to go for the top side. We're going to use the lock launcher just to push even further ahead. And because we invest already so many spells into lightnings and earthquakes, we do not have that many rages left. So we need something tanking for our queen. And I thought, okay, lock launcher is a great idea. Let's do that and push ahead and try to get the town hall. And then we have some sort of a follow-up on the bottom side, like the king is pushing in. Valkyries are pushing. I thought Valkyries would be kind of like a cool idea. I feel like Valkyries are not that strong right now, and they're not that, like, we don't see them too often. So I thought it would be a great opportunity for that. Royal Champion as a blue in there as well, and just pushing in. And that's pretty much it, like plan-wise. Like, I thought this would be a pretty solid plan, like a pretty solid idea. The only problem I was thinking about, like, is yeah, the rages. And as you guys can see right now, we have only 2 rages. This is going to be a little bit tricky. So the important thing is the angle of the lock launcher. If you can make sure that we're angling the lock launcher, that the lock launcher is actually getting rid of the clancaster troops. Like if there are headhunters in there, mass archers, goblins, I don't know, whatever is in there, which is ground, needs to be taken down by my logs. This is super important. Otherwise, we're going to have a huge problem with all of the damage. So let's just now get into it and let's try our best. So we're starting off with the wall break. That's obviously the first most important thing, because if you're placing the queen first and then the wall break, this might be the case that the wall break is not working. The next thing is first earthquake, then lightnings. This is super important because this means if you earthquake first, all of the builder huts around the high HP buildings will first off just like heal themselves, and then this means we can be pretty chill with the lightnings. Like if you would use the lightnings first onto the eagle and then onto the builder huts, for example, whatever, this would mean the builder huts would repair the eagle first, and then we need to be really quick. So now we can see it, the builder huts are repairing themselves, so we have some time using the lightnings. The queen is in there, headhunters in there, but we need to use the rage. The queen is already dropping pretty low, and now the queen hopefully is taking down the defending warden. King is already down, and this so far is looking good with one exception, and this is that the queen is skipping the stupid warden. This is bad news for us, because this warden is taking down our unicorn. It's taking down one of our healers. So this warden might be a huge game changer for this defense. But hey, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying to concentrate, funneling the bottom side. Queen is charging in. We might need yet again another rage, because we have no more we have no freezes whatsoever, so this is kind of tricky. So we need to rage right here. You guys can see it. Without the rage, our queen would have been dead. And now we're standing in the lock launcher. The lock launcher angle is trying to somehow protect the queen. Let's see if it's working, but that's kind of the goal at the moment. Log launcher is just pushing those logs in, and so far it looks okay-ish, considering that we have no more rages left. At this point, the queen needs to survive. We have as well only 4 healers left at this point, which is super bad news. And now all of those logs are actually taking down the headhunters, which is really, really good news for us, because this means the queen is staying alive. At this point, I do not even need to watch my queen, because if she's dying, I can't do anything about that. I do not have any more spells to support her, except like just sending in the minion or something. This means we can now push in at the top side with our king. Royal Champion from the left side. Valkyries are in as well. The Warden is in as well. Everything so far looks okay, I guess, depending on like the situation. Queen ability needs to be forced. The queen is on the town. The town needs to go down though. That is super important. The Royal Champion ability is already out because of the Warden, which somehow survived, and the town hall is going down, and that was key. Town hall going down, that was super important. We have still the Warden ability, which we can use whenever we want. I'm trying to get the Royal Champion inside the Warden ability as well, but it's not really happening, so that's, I guess, just use the Warden ability now, because I don't know when we should use it, like what other time would be good. Back end, wizards, archers, whatever, and baby dragon, and this is actually not looking too bad considering how everything went, which is quite surprising. Like, a lot of things went wrong on this attack, and still it's finishing on a 3-star. That is super cool. I would have never thought that this would be actually a 3-star after my queen skipping the Warden. With the Warden going down, I think it would have been a pretty big overkill, because the Royal Champion would have had the ability forever, so that would have been clutch. But hey, I don't complain. I don't complain about a 3-star. That was an awesome attack. So let's get in for the next base. And this base looks perfect to queen charge as well, but we're not going to do another Valkyrie attack. No, we're going for something different. So when I look at the base, first off, I do not like too much queen charging the town hall on those anti-3. I feel like they're so often baited. Like, Black Mines, NATO, whatever, you can run into so many traps. And since this is no clan war, we can take the risk of actually getting a 1-star, because some other guy can just clean things up, and we still should be pretty good to go. So really important that we just avoid the town hall for as long as possible, and this means we're charging from the other side of the town hall. And now the next important thing is the eagle, because we want to take down the eagle, which means we can use as many heroes as we want, because this is giving us like way more freedom. So taking down the eagle early is really key as well. So what options do we have? First, what I thought is, okay, let's just charge the queen into this export compartment, because there's great value in there, and I always love to just send in the king for the eagle. This is really great value, and especially there are not too many heroes behind that, but this wall break into the core is not going to work. So what is the idea? Well, yet again, the log launcher. I just love log launcher charges, you know it, and yet again, we can make sure that those logs are going to kill or going to take care of those defending clan castles. The important thing is that our log launcher is going to open up the wall towards the town hall, so our queen can actually reach that town hall and take that down. That would be super important. And well, that is pretty much the overall entry idea. What do we do next, especially about the skeleton air defense, which our queen cannot reach? Well, as soon as this defending Royal Champion has been taken down, we should be easily taking down the compartment with our Royal Champion. And if we take down the Archer Tower, our Royal Champion might be able to take down 2 scatter shots, which would be OP value right there, like really good value. This top side is left, and what would we go for when all of the heroes are down? You're right, headhunters, because headhunters are cool. We have taken down every single hero in this defending base, which means those headhunters are turning into ranged miners, I would say. So it's pretty cool to use, it's pretty fun, and that's pretty much the overall idea. It's quite risky, it's way more risky than the other plan, to be honest, especially with the logs. I have no clue if the logs are going to open up that far inside the base. This is pretty much the army composition, except that heroes and clan castle troops are missing. But hey, we have 26 headhunters. Looking forward to see if that is somehow going to work. I have to say, I'm not 100% sure. I feel like the charge is OP. I think the charge is going to be amazing. But I feel like the big problem is going to be getting the town hall. Like, this log launcher there's like a ton of work. But hey, we're going to try it out. We are going to see if we can somehow make it work. And I think we should just jump into it and see if we can somehow make it work, actually, because that would be incredible. So now let's get in there. We have our army cooked up, everything is in, we have our heroes ready. That would be kind of like a kind of like a devastating entry with the queen charge without the queen. That would be not the greatest opportunity, I would say. So we're starting off with the funnel, then the queen, then the wizard, just to funnel things. This is like we planned it, and then we're going to wall break into the X-bows, wall break the king in there as well. Obviously the healers in there and everything. First wall break is done. Now the funnel for the king for the top side already for later. We need to make sure that we're keeping the rage, like we need to rage really soon because there is a double X-bow and the defending royal champion should engage really soon. So we're just raging things up. There's a Cocoon, and then we're just sending in the king, wall breaking him as well, obviously. And we have so many headhunters, so we're just going to use one of them to support the queen just a little bit. And yeah, now the king is supposed to walk into the eagle. Everything as planned for now. Now the lock launcher is coming in, and this is looking pretty good for us. Like the lock launcher rolling the locks through. We need to be careful that the lock launcher is not taking any damage because like there's the multi-inferno tower, there's the scattered, so we need to be really careful. King ability is in as well. There's the headhunter. There's the first black mine onto the healers, which is quite unfortunate. Like I was not concentrating on our coconut loons whatsoever. I'm freezing the defending multi-inferno tower. But now we have a huge problem because we have the multi-inferno tower actually getting rid of my healers. And this is obviously not good because we need our healers. The Royal Champion is taking down the left side. We're going to freeze there because otherwise the Royal Champion is not going to get the scatter. And right now it's looking a bit interesting because we have a lot of traps now coming into our healers, which is not good. And now we can see a really big problem which I did, like a really big mistake what I did. And that is we did not bring a loon in the lock launcher. This is one of the biggest noob mistakes ever when charging with the lock launcher. But hey, there we go with the headhunters. This is now the rage. Meanwhile, we have no more healers. We have no more heal spare for the headhunters because, to be honest, like I just use it for the queen and for the healers because we need to take down the town hall, which is not dropping. That's quite unfortunate. Healers switching over. At this point, it's going to be kind of tricky to get the town hall down. But hey, warden ability is in. Headhunters are dealing quite a bit of damage. I would have never expected headhunters would do so much damage on buildings. And this means we should get the town hall down. Yes, there we go. Town hall is down. That was important. And yeah, I mean, it's going to fail, yes, because just one mistake which I did. Not bringing any loons in the lock launcher. I would have tanked a black mine, a couple of red bombs. This charge would have been definitely getting the town hall, and with this it could have been an overkill. I think the idea was OP, especially I love the idea of the Royal Champion. Getting 2 scatter shots with 1 Royal Champion is not too bad, I would say. So yeah, but at the end of the day, it did not work out. So I guess it was a good attempt, really good attempt, but it did not work at the end of the day. But see, it was a ton of fun. I hope you enjoyed this video, which was more like about trying some funny things, trying some fun strategies. And yeah, I had a ton of fun trying this. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to keep in mind that you're tuning in later today, or actually like depending on where you live today or like the next evening. But 3 a.m. CEST, like the European time zone. You need to convert this to your own time zone. But there's the qualifier starting for Clash Worlds. The next one, the third one actually. And yeah, if you want to see that, if you want to check it out, make sure to tune in over there. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow for the next video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.